What's up, everybody? Charlie Marlow here. Want to talk a little Cardinals baseball. How's everybody doing? Went to the game last night with my mom. My mom's in town helping out with the kids, with the babysitting. Not just babysitting, but, hanging out with the kids. So my mom loves baseball. She's from Toledo. She goes to Toledo Mud Hens games. She goes to the occasional Detroit Tigers games. But when she comes to St. Louis during the spring and summer, we always try to go to at least one Cardinals game every year. So I hadn't been to a Cardinals game since, I think it was that Jack Flaherty game against the Diamondbacks on a Monday several months ago. This could have been 3-4 months ago. And then I went to opening day. So I could be wrong. I think I've only been to 3 Cardinals games in person this year. 1 for the media, 2 attending as a fan. Anyway, look, we all know the Cardinals are having an awful season. But you know what? It's still a hell of a night and a hell of a time to go to Busch Stadium and watch the Cardinals play, especially now after all that heat last week. I'm not saying I wanted to be at Busch Stadium on one of those Sundays when it's 100 degrees, but last night, picture perfect evening at Busch Stadium. Well-played game, competitive game till the end, but Adam Wainwright actually pitched very well. Matt Carpenter got him a couple times, drove in the run. Blake Snell was filthy. Blake Snell, I was looking at Baseball Savant. He had 15 swings and misses, and that's on 4 different pitches. So he had his fastball and I believe change, curve, slider. Some of those swings, the one from Mason Wynn, he had dudes swinging at balls that looked like they were bouncing 3 feet in front of the plate. Blake Snell, nasty, one of the best pitchers in baseball. Could he be a St. Louis Cardinal in 2024? Wouldn't that be nice? How about the last 2 guys the Cardinals faced? Wouldn't you like to have both Blake Snell, Aaron Nola, the lefty, the righty, pay about $25 million per year for each of those guys? Come on now. The DeWitts, they're going to do that, right? They're gonna sign 2 guys like that. We shall see. I doubt it. Maybe one guy like that, probably trade for the other, I would think. But look, I know we've criticized the Cardinals all season long, as we should, though. They're playing poorly, and they're doing a lot of weird stuff. But still, Busch Stadium was perfect. Wasn't a lot of people there. Myself and Jimmy the Cat Hayes on radio this morning were thinking, maybe 18,000 in attendance? I don't know, but you know what? It's easy to get around. It's easy to park. It's easy to go to the bathroom. It's easy to get your beer. It's still a great night. It's still Cardinals baseball. They had the ovation for Matt Carpenter. Again, Bueno pitched well. Didn't get the win. You think he's going to get this 200 wins? I mean, hell. Not only does he have to pitch well, which, let's be real, doesn't happen very often these days, but he needs run support, and then he needs the bullpen, which is full of a bunch of guys who shouldn't even be in the big leagues, all due respect, but it's true, because they traded away the whole roster at the trade deadline. So he's got to have 3 things go right. He needs to pitch pretty well. He needs run support, and he needs the bullpen to hold the lead. And now we're about to enter the last month of the season. So I hope Bueno gets it, but I don't know. Anyway, what'd you guys think? What do you think of the season? Comment, like, subscribe, let me know. I got my free Maryville University t-shirt. Actually, not a t-shirt. 3-button polo. Last night I did wear the giveaway shirt that Kat gave me. And it's the shirt that has the Cardinals logo with Budweiser bottles and the Budweiser logo. I put a picture out there on Twitter of me with a bag on my head, joking around that I was going to wear a bag to the game and say, Cardinals spend money on pitching. Some people didn't get the joke. It's fine. I would think by now you know my sense of humor, but fine. It's okay. Listen, it's all good. No big deal. Anyway, just wanted to say, for all the hate we're spewing about the Cardinals this year, Busch Stadium is still the place to be. Beautiful night. Good game. Bueno pitched well. Had a great time. Having some beers, talking with my mom. It's a good family night. You can still take your kids down to the ballpark. Plus, it's cheaper now for tickets. Hell, you're probably getting tickets for free. I know I did. People are just giving away tickets these days. And even if you have to pay, what are you paying for a ticket? Like $6? Honestly, I don't know. Anyway, quick little chat. comment, like, subscribe, and I'm going to throw right now to our interview this morning from Hot Take Central. 590 The Fan, 590thefan.com with Cardinals catcher Andrew Knizner. Take a listen.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing?
Man, doing okay.
Morning,
Hey,
Jimmy.
Real quick.
What's up?
And we'll talk about Bueno. You caught him last night. But we have a problem, and I was looking for you as a guy who has some wisdom. You handle pitchers. You're a leader in the clubhouse. I see it. So on the dais here, we have a problem. Cole is a little frustrated today, and we've traced the roots of the frustration back when he was raised. He wanted to be a dancer, and his father wanted him to play football. How should he deal with that, Kiz? And help us out.
Well, you could do both. You got Lynn Swan. He was a dancer and a football player, but
There you go.
you know he's one of a kind. So those are two professions that are pretty far off. So I think you probably would have had to pick one or the other.
Hey, see, a guy with
There you
Pittsburgh
go.
roots knows that
you
Lynn
go,
Swan reference. I
Cole.
like that. Now, I'm a 6'4" white guy. Dancing was never going to be in the cards.
That's right.
But
That's right.
Do you ever have a situation, kids, where maybe one pitcher's asking you to throw a bullpen, one coach is telling you to go and hit in the cage, and you're getting multiple people telling you to do different things at the same time, and you're kind of frustrated? That's kind of what I got going on here. I got different coaches telling me to do different things at once.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it sounds like everybody needs to get on the same page.
Dang.
But hold on a second, because here's what I'm seeing, Kiz, with Cole. Like, we love Cole, but he's also kind of a new up-and-comer.
He's a
so
rookie.
to me, he's the rookie that needs to pay his dues
There it
before he
is.
complains. Like, he's the dude that just got called up. Like, you can't complain until you have at least, 2 years in the show, right?
You're exactly right. You got to earn the respect. You got to do the little things. You got to be in both places at the same time. That's how you earn that respect.
Yeah, grow up,
Don't
Cole.
be a-
Now,
Go
you
ahead.
bring up something interesting, and this is a peek behind the scenes, so I probably shouldn't even discuss it, but I'm going to. So when a Cardinal rookie is called up and they're on the team flight, they don't sit with the other players. So there's like players up front. I don't know what goes on up there because I'm afraid to even look. But then there's like trainers, office people, and then like there's like a row where there's like a rookie here, rookie there. Do you remember being isolated like that, like your first time on the team charter? And what's that feeling like where you're part of the team, but they're making you sit like 20 rows away from your new teammates?
Yeah, thankfully I never had to sit in the back of the plane. I was always up in the front. But now we have so many guys on the DL that travel with us because they could be coming off the DL or they're rehabbing or things like that. So when there's only a small number of seats up in the front for all the players, but if you're the low man on the totem pole and all the seats are filled, you got to slide to the back, and that's just how it goes.
Hey, so like the term like 2-year, 10-year, when you're a rookie and you act like you've been in the game for 10 years. Anybody ever call anybody out like that? An older guy to a rookie?
We say it all the time. If you got 10 days, you got 10 years, because that's how some of those guys act.
I know.
And then guys have to put them in their place. Not necessarily me, but definitely the older guys.
Now, if I wandered up toward the front in the middle of a long flight, do you think I would get chirped and be sent to the back of the plane? Just curious. I don't do that.
I think you would, but I think of all the media in the back, I think you would be the one to get away with it.
That's good.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
So-
Hey, go ahead.
Tell us about Ketchum Bueno. Bueno was good last night. What was working for him? Obviously, threw the curveball more, and it was really an effective pitch. What was that like catching him?
I thought he threw really well yesterday. We knew that team liked to swing, and the main thing, and really the reason we used the curveball so much was to try to slow that team down a little bit, because those guys are really looking to get their best swing off early in the count. So we knew we were going to have to slow them down just a touch with that curveball, and then just mix, fastball, slider, just mix those pitches as needed. So I thought we executed the game plan really well. He was hitting spots, made some big pitches with guys on base. It wasn't an easy game. There was guys on a lot, but he did a really nice job of limiting damage and really just focusing on the batter rather than the situation.
And Kiz, how nasty was Snell? I know he walked some guys, but man, there were some swings on some breaking balls where guys were clearly fooled there.
Yeah, Snell's Snell's tough. I mean, his velo, we've seen his velo higher. We faced him when he's been 98, 99. His velo was, 93, 96, but what's crazy is just, he has so much extension, and that ball's getting released so much closer to home plate, so it plays up. 96 is really like 98, 99. So it's just a real sneaky fastball, and when he keeps that thing in the zone, I mean, he's really tough to hit. I mean, obviously he's got a low 2 ERA and a ton of strikeouts. So he's got really good stuff, and in my opinion, for a power type pitcher, he mixes his off speed really well. So when he was doing that, it's just a tough day of hitting.
So this has been a really, really, really rough stretch of baseball for the Cardinals. I mean, you kind of knew a little bit was coming when they sold, guys that were pitching well for you guys or traded them, selling at the deadline. Then you have a rash of injuries, so you have a bunch of guys in there. What's it like day to day when things are going the way they are?
It definitely is not what we want, and everybody knows that. Fans know it, we know it, coaches know it. But at the same time, we have a group of professionals in that locker room, and it doesn't matter who's in the lineup, doesn't matter who's pitching. They go out, they're prepared, and we're playing. I think we're playing hard. We're just not getting the results we want. So it definitely is frustrating, but we got a group of guys that are still trying to compete, still trying to win, and still trying to play the game the right way.
Yeah, man, I've been in locker rooms where we'd have tough stretches, man, and I'd have to be the guy in the locker room to keep everything lively and still fun. You still want to be competitive. You don't want to be too loosey-goosey, but are you that guy, man, that has to kind of go in that locker room and keep everybody kind of going and happy and, competitive? It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, we have a few guys that try to keep it light, as light as it can be. Like you said, you don't want to be too loose and go out there and play like you don't really care. But at the same time, you don't want to be so tight and so caught up in not playing well that you can't even perform when you go on the field. So there's definitely a group of guys, including me, that try to keep it light and make sure we kind of maintain that relaxed focus and not try too hard, but also not try at all. So I'm just trying to keep that happy medium of going out, having fun, knowing that it's still a game. It's still, it's still something we all love to do, and really just go out there and, play hard.
So one of the energy guys that's on the IL, I think that kind of affects you guys, is Newt. That's your boy right next to you in the clubhouse. And he's dealing with an undercarriage issue. And you've been there. So are you kind of – and he's a tough kid because he said it's still not better, but he wants to come back this week. And he calls it discomfort. That's another word for pain. But you've been there yourself. So are you sharing notes about how to handle the issues with the unmentionables? Is that a good question, Carly?
Yeah.
Great question.
I've tried to help him a little bit. I've gotten some certain underwear came in after my injury to help kind of keep everything in place. So I let him borrow my underwear. So he's been wearing some of my underwear just to make sure that everything stays in place and doesn't move around too much. And
is that true?
I've been just trying to give him just little things like don't try to stand too much and, make sure you chill out. Don't strain yourself, little things that help me after my injury, that might help him, because I know he's, like you said, he's still in a little pain, and, you just try to really get that cleaned up as best you can, as quick as you can.
My journalist antenna just went up. Are you telling me that when I see Newt at the ballpark today doing baseball activities, he'll be wearing your underwear?
He has been. The main thing is I think the trainers might have ordered him kind of the same setup that I have. I just don't know if it's in yet. So I was like,
but has he been wearing your underwear, sir?
Answer the question.
Yeah, I think he has a few times. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now hold on
Yes.
though, because Cat can't get mad at that because he set this precedent. See, I don't know if you know this, kids. This is years ago, a little before you got here, but the relief pitcher Jordan Walden, there was a clubhouse celebration after one of the titles, and there's the champagne and the beer, and Cat got all the beer on him, so the clubby gave Cat Jordan Walden's undies. So he's been doing this for years.
Still
That's
wears
true.
them.
That's a true story. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm a veteran, and I've been through celebrations, but I brought extra clothes, but I forgot an extra pair of underwear. So they gave me Jordan Walden's underwear to wear. It was clean. And the next season, I tried to return them to Jordan, and he said, no, keep them.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't return those.
All right, Kiz, man. Hey, we'll be watching. Keep doing your thing, and good luck to you.
Hey, thank you.
All right, big dog.
Thanks,
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Kiz, man. Andrew Kisner.
Also, I forgot to tell him that we have the promo.
Oh yeah,
I played it for him.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
knows it. He liked it.
that's funny, man.
Can we get him to wear a Hot Take Central shirt?
Yes, if we had a shirt.
Where are they at?
There were some made. I feel like I have one at home.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There weren't.
Really?
Seth made them.
Oh, okay. Do we all get one?
Seth used to go above and beyond.
Yeah, Cole. You know anyone that makes
My
T-shirts?
Word.
Sorry, I don't mean
Cole's
to,
fume. I
don't
can-
mean to
look at the
burden you
smoke.
with another task.
Look at
To
the
be
smoke.
fair, though, hey,
Look at the smoke.
So everybody
out of his ears.
everybody knows though, to be fair,
Yeah.
because we're joking, but back in the day, there were two people. You had Nate and Seth. So Cole, he is doing more.
No question.
Of course.
That doesn't mean we're not going to bust his chops.
I'm trying to be
Charlie is
fair
right.
here. I'm trying to be fair.